Looking for love in all the wrong places, searching for love in too many dating apps, looking for love, and I give up, okay? Because it's not for everybody, all right? It wasn't for me. It might be for you, it's not for me, and that's just what it is. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already figured it out, today's discussion will be on dating apps and why it's not my thing. I have tried pretty much every dating app there is. I've tried Tinder, I've tried Bumble, I've tried Hinge, I've tried Black, because believe it or not, in LA, it's really hard to find a decent black man, or at least a decent black man who wants a black woman. If you're in LA and you're a black woman, you get it. Don't come at me if you don't understand. That's just how I personally feel. And then I said, you know what? Maybe I just need to get on Christian Mingles. Maybe God wants me to get on Christian Mingles and find me a nice young Christian man. But honestly, them wasn't no Christians on there. They should have just been on Hinge and Tinder and Black, because they was trifling. But yeah, those are some of the dating apps that I've tried. I think there are more out there, Cupid, all this other stuff. I just gave up. I got on dating apps because, one, I don't like to leave my house. I'm something like a hermit. And what I realized is that God was not going to send a man to my door. So I was like, maybe if I get on a dating app and I find the man, then I'll leave my house. Some people say you got to leave the house to find a man, but I thought that maybe I could do it the other way around. It still didn't work, because look at me, we're still here, I'm still single. Also, I just got tired of waiting on God. Like, I was like, okay, Jesus, time is ticking. Where my man? Where my boo? Where bad? And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna help you out, God. Maybe let's just meet halfway.
I'm gonna get on the dating app. You're gonna send a man through the dating app. We're gonna meet each other, live happily ever after.
Clearly, like I said, that didn't work, because here I am. So yeah. There are a lot of creepy men on these dating apps. I've ran into a couple of creeps, and it's like, okay, I'm just not even gonna like dignify that with any kind of response. I'ma just block you. I'ma just block you. You find men who, no surprise to us, just want sex. And hey, there's some women up there who just want sex, and you know, that's perfect if you're using it for the hookup spot. It wasn't for me. I wanted a bae, like a real bae. And so there were men up there who just wanted sex. There were men who were looking to get married the next day, and it was just like, dude, like, can we like be friends? Can we get to know each other? Like, you're trying to like put a ring on it. Like, calm down. Your girl want to be married, but this is too soon. I'm not ready. Give me time. Give me space. Let me travel. Okay. I actually met one person who was like, I don't know, he kind of fit between like creepy and wanted sex, because he was like
a nympho.
And like, I don't know, I was just like, okay, he liked to have like a lot of sex. And when I wasn't celibate, I entertained it, right, for a second. And then we followed each other on social media. And then I was like, you know what, I'm not up for this. This just seems a little weird to me. And so I'ma just not respond to you. Dude legit got an attitude and was like,
If you didn't want to talk, if you don't want to talk to me no more, just say it. Like, just say it.
why do I have to dignify you with the fact that I don't want to talk to you? I don't have to tell you I don't want to talk to you. If I'm not responding to you, I don't want to talk to you. So you know what I did? I blocked the man, okay? Listen, my block list is long. I don't mind blocking somebody, all right? Get behind thee, Satan, all right? You meet men with trust issues. There were people up there who were just like, I don't know, I started talking to this one guy, and he started asking me these questions like about like exes, and about like, was I talking to other people, and like all this stuff. And I was like, dude, we met on a dating app. Like, we've been talking 2 days. You don't even have my number. Like, I'm not your girl. Why are you asking me questions that make me feel like I'm in a relationship? Like, blocked. So yeah, you get the creeps, you get the sex fiends, you get the want to be married tomorrow or yesterday, and you get the men with the trust issues. There's a lot of different personalities. There are some decent men up there. There are some decent ones. I actually did end up connecting with someone, and that went well. However, in the end, it just didn't work out, because once you hang out with a person for a while, you start to see things, and I saw things and it just didn't sit right with me. So it ended up not working. He was a great person, just didn't work out for me. When I get on dating apps, I am genuine to myself. When I wasn't celibate, of course, I didn't have to put it in there. But when I did become celibate, I would put in like my information, like celibate is non-negotiable, so that don't nobody come at me sideways. And if you do, it says it's non-negotiable. So like when I don't respond to you, don't be looking at me crazy because it said it. You need to read. Don't just look at my cute picture. I know I'm cute, but you gotta read the little info, okay? So yeah, I was just true to myself. I wanted a relationship, but like I wanted to find someone to become friends with and have fun, hoping that it would lead to a friendship. And so I was just pretty open-minded. Of course, I had like my list, but I was open until I wasn't. So yeah. If I had to choose the best app, I would say Hinge, because Hinge lets you put in a lot more specific requirements as to what you're looking for. Do you mind if somebody smokes? Do you mind if they drink? Do you mind if they have kids? Do you want kids? Do you not want kids? Are you open to having kids? Do you want to get married? Do you want someone who has a college education? Do you want someone who's working a job or entrepreneur? Like, it gets so specific, and I'm like, oh, I like this. Now, granted, sometimes people be lying. Like one of them, it would say what religion, and somebody would legit check all the religions. How you all the religions? You multi-religious. I don't know if that's a word, but like I'm pretty sure there's a word for saying that you represent all religions, but I don't understand how you can be an atheist and a Christian. So sometimes it's a little flaky. You gotta be careful what you click on. But when I did meet the person that I connected and vibed with, it was off of Hinge, because we had a lot of the same things in common, and we were looking, when we read each other's profiles, like we liked the responses. So I would recommend Hinge. It's supposed to be the app meant to delete, and after I met that person, I did delete the app. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and I just didn't want to get back on dating apps. So yeah. One thing that I learned, a couple things that I learned from dating apps: don't do it. That's for me. Like I said, you might be able to do it. For me, it was like, don't do it, sis. Like legit, like the last time I got on a dating app, it was only because we had a girls' night. We was drinking wine and eating sushi and watching rom-coms, and our friends was like, let's get on a dating app, and they was like, get Hinge. And so I went to sleep in the middle of it. When I woke up the next day, there was a whole group chat of pictures of men from this app that they had been swiping on, and I wanted to join in on the party, so like I downloaded it, and that's what started me on my dating app escapade last time. But now I'm just like, it's not for me. No matter what my friends are doing, I know that I can't be on dating apps, so it ain't for me. I learned that I'm very picky. No matter how many boxes one person checks on these apps, whenever I meet you in person, there are things that I realize, oh, maybe I need to add this to my list, because like I don't like this either. And so it's not even that I'm very picky. It's just like I'm learning what I want and what I don't want, which honestly could be a pro and a con to dating apps, because you meet a lot of different people and you get to weed out what it is you like and what it is you don't like. Also, don't give out your IG or your phone number too fast, okay? Because sometimes you just get those creeps, and then you've been and gave your number to a creep. And I done had to change my phone number. It wasn't due to dating apps, but it was due to like social networking, like via the internet or whatever. And so don't give that out too fast. Don't be don't get offended, or don't feel like you gotta give somebody your IG or your phone number because they say like, oh, well, I'm not really on here that much. Okay, well then I guess we just won't talk. But if you do give out your phone number or your IG too fast, like I said, the block list is long, okay? Go ahead and block them. You don't have to put up with that kind of energy. You can retract that, okay? Just go ahead and delete them out your phone, delete the number, block them on social media, restrict them if you need to. If it gets too creepy, report it. And one last thing that I learned, and it doesn't even necessarily have to apply to the dating app. It could apply to just your relationships in general, whether you meet them genuinely or not, is that rejection is sometimes God's protection. So like a lot of times if I would like match with someone, or like sometimes on the dating apps, and I don't like Instagram, I don't be sliding in the DMs. I feel like if you want me, you better slide in my DM, because I ain't gonna slide in your DM. And I know some men be turned on by that, but listen, that ain't my calling. I'm not about to slide in your DM. So if you want me, you better slide in the DM, because I ain't gonna slide in yours. I, on the dating apps, would reach out to the guy first, because sometimes that's the way the dating apps were set up. Like the female had to reach out first, because it's so taboo for the woman to reach out first, and they wanted to break that, whatever. Y'all don't know us. And so I would, but sometimes they wouldn't respond back, and I'd be like, oh, like, do they not think I'm cute? Or like, did they not like my profile? Or like, did my celibacy run them away? Whatever it is. But what I learned is that sometimes rejection is just God's protection, and I learned to see it through that perspective, and I don't know, it made dating a little bit easier for me. It's like, cool, that didn't work out. That's just not the one God had for me. He was protecting me from something, I don't know what. I don't want to find out. Thank you, Jesus. Keeps it moving. So I got off dating apps because I got tired of the creeps, y'all. It was just so many. I feel like for every 100 men, there was like one good one. Everybody else, like 80% was like just wanted sex, and like no, like maybe 70 wanted sex, 20 was a creep, and 10 was like a good amount of people. I don't know if I did that math right. Sound good to me. But yeah, so I just got tired of like all the craziness on the dating apps. Also, like I said, I felt a sense of conviction, like maybe I'm supposed to wait on God in this season to prepare me for the man he has for me. So I was like, this ain't it for me. Also, I felt like I needed to be in the single season. So right now I am in a single season, intentionally not dating, which means I can't be on dating apps. If I happen to go out now that the world is opening back up, but I'm still a little nervous about that. If I go out with my friends and I meet someone, a nice guy, I'll be like, cool, I'm not dating right now. If you want to exchange social media or something, that's fine, but I'm not exchanging my number. I'm not hanging out, nothing like that. Like, I'm intentionally being single in this reason so I could focus on my purpose and just grow in my relationship with God. Another thing is that I just wanted my encounters to be a little bit more genuine. I personally can tell when I meet someone whether I would go on a date with this person, whether there's chemistry whenever we initially meet. So yeah, I just wanted that more genuine encounter in the beginning, and I just felt like dating apps didn't really give me that. I mean, you could talk for a little bit, but I don't know, I just kind of like being spontaneous and just like randomly meeting somebody, and it's just like, yeah. And then another thing is just being more intentional with my dating life. I don't really know how to explain that to make it understandable, but that's pretty much it. I just want to be more intentional. I want more genuine encounters. I want to be single so I can focus on my purpose in this moment. And yeah. I think that dating apps are okay to use if you don't feel convicted about using dating apps. For me, it was my conviction. Like after a while, I was just like, okay, God, I don't think you mean for me to be on dating apps. But like that was my conviction. Like I knew I wasn't supposed to be on dating apps. I knew I wasn't supposed to be rushing God's process, and that he is trying to instill in me patience, and he is working on me, and he's working on the person I'm supposed to be with in this season. So I think I've met like plenty of couples who met through dating apps, and like these are godly relationships that I look up to. They met through dating apps and they didn't have sex before marriage and they're married, or some who did but they're still married and they have a successful, good, purpose driven marriage. So I think if God is telling you that it's okay, go for it. Okay, wasn't it for me? So do with that what you like. Yes. So before I go, I do want to make a disclaimer and say, please, 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 when you are on these dating apps, be careful. I don't want to scare anyone, but sex trafficking is real, kidnapping is real, rape is real. people getting up on dating apps to find victims, easy targets, and things like that is real. So be careful whenever you do give out your number, or when you go on these dates with people. If possible, you Uber to them or have a friend take you. Try not to get in the car with this person on the first trip, because you never know what could happen. Also, I'm a female. I share my location with my friends, my roommates. I live with them. I share them with my roommates, my friends here. I share them with my friends back in North Carolina in case something happened and they get all of us. I share my location with all my close friends, so everybody gonna know where I'm at all times. Like, I know right now, one of my closest friends, I can look at my phone and I can see if she at work or if she at home, okay? And that's the same for me. So whenever you go on these dating apps, share the location with your friends, share the information of the person who you're supposed to be going on a date with, share their profile picture. If you got their social media, share that, because if anything happens, at least the police have something, you know? So be careful, use wisdom, go into open locations. Listen, right now we in COVID. I personally don't want to date in a time like this, because the only thing you can do is go to somebody's house, and we all know where that can sometimes lead. And also, you know, you never know what's happening in somebody's house. So if you all have any crazy, fun, weird, creepy, cool, successful dating app stories, please leave them in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Tune in for the next video. It will be coming soon. I really hope you all enjoy this video, got a little bit of entertainment from it, and yeah. All right, you guys, have a good day, and I will talk to you later. Looking for love in all the wrong places, searching for love in too many dating apps. I'm gonna do the remix, y'all. Bye.